Hello everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm very happy to see you guys, and I'm very happy that our collaboration concert with Irina has not been interrupted, despite life circumstances.
Yes, it's been a little harder to schedule this year, but we're glad it's here. And a special thank you to all the folks that came from far away. Very special to us.
And it's a good experience for everyone, I think, because you're not all, you can play and you can see others. So it's a huge and big experience for everybody.
It's nice to mix.
Yeah.
Adding to the lecture part as well. This is special because we only do this once a year. I don't know, maybe we should do more often.
So, and our big thanks for house English to Yelena, who is...
Thank you very much, yes, for taking care of photography and filming.
Yeah.
Great memory.
And good luck,
Yes.
everybody.
So we themed this recital as contemporary, 20th, 21st century music. To me, I love 20th, 21st century music for its diversity. It's fascinating how many different styles of music we can hear, even though it is so-called contemporary. So keep your ears open and enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's start.
Today I'm gonna play a short piece called Attitude. It was composed by Mikhail Smyshlyaev. He is a composer of music from jazz to neoclassical, from jazz, from romantical to other styles of music. He was born in Bristol in 1962 and still alive. Attitude is a short piece that he wrote for his youngest son. When he was little, he played on the piano and trombone. And later on, he sang in chorus. And today I will be playing Dmitry Kabalevsky from Dance on the Lawn. First I will tell you a little bit about Dmitry Kabalevsky. Dmitry Kabalevsky was born in St. Petersburg on December 30th in 1904. His father was a mathematician and encouraged him to study mathematics. He didn't quite like it, so he tried art, but that didn't fit to him either. So he tried playing the piano and he liked it. He started playing piano by ear when he was 6. His family moved to Moscow in 1918, where he went to the Scriabin Institute to study music. There he became a teacher and played the piano while taught other students. And soon he went to the conservatory where he studied music with Alexander Goldwiner and composing with Nikolai Miskovsky. Dmitry Kabalevsky lived in a very difficult time in the Soviet Union. The government told artists, writers, composers exactly what they were supposed to make and how it should sound or look. Dmitry Kabalevsky was a prolific composer. He wrote orchestras, ballets, operas, film scores, and much more. He wasn't only a great, he was also a great teacher, and he had a lot of achievements for all his musical works. So now I'll play one of his pieces called Dance on the Lawn. And when I play, I imagine an elf as light as a feather on a wide sunny lawn.
Nora Proekt, and I'm going to be telling you about Alexander Tansman. Tansman was born in Lodz, Poland in 1897. He was born in the same city as his friend Arthur Rubinstein. Shortly after completing his studies, Tansman moved to Paris, where his musical ideas were accepted and encouraged by mentors and musical influences, Stravinsky and Ravel. In 1927, he made his first tour in the USA, one of the highlights of which was the premiere of his second piano concerto. The work was dedicated to Charlie Chaplin, who was present at the first performance. Tansman always described himself as a Polish composer, though he spoke French at home and married a French pianist, Colette Crast. In 1941, he moved to Los Angeles, where he made the acquaintance of Arnold Schoenberg. When he left Paris, a lot of people forgot about him and his music. He returned to Paris after the war, no longer in tune with the French fashions, which had moved on to the avant-garde style. Tansman returned to his musical roots, drawing on his Jewish and Polish backgrounds to create some of his greatest works. During this time, he began to establish connections to Poland, though his career and family kept him in France, where he lived until his death in 1986. Here's what I think about his music. His music seems easy, but it's not. I was even tricked thinking that it would be easy to learn his pieces. The first piece I'm going to play is La Toupie. In French, La Toupie means the spinning top. It is short but fast and has a lot of waves and fluctuations. The second piece I'm going to play is called Leçon de Danse, dance lesson. It is a light and happy dance. There are 3 stages. How I am imagining it is like this. In the beginning, a professional dance group go out on stage. That group is doing the dance perfectly. Then a not-so-trained group goes out on the stage. They trip and make a lot of little mistakes. I like these pieces a lot, and I hope you will too.
Burgmüller.
Да, Burgmüller. So he doesn't count as one of the people who is from the 20th to 21st century, but I just couldn't be able to play Prokofiev, so I just played this. John Burgmüller was born in Germany but moved to Paris in 1832, where he became a famous pianist and composer, where he improvised hundreds of salon pieces and composed lots of music for teaching purposes. One of his easy and short piano pieces called 25 Easy and Progressive Art Studies is the one I'm going to be playing from today. The Night Errant, or I'm not sure how to say it else. Well, I'm going to be playing it today, and it's about a medieval knight riding around in his courteous and gallant horse, searching for adventures. I really like this piece because it is fun, easy to play, and it sounds really nice.
name is Joseph Proekt, and now I'll tell you about Dmitry Kabalevsky. Dmitry Kabalevsky lived from 1904 to 1987 and was born in St. Petersburg but moved to Moscow when he was young. His father was a mathematician and strongly encouraged him to study mathematics, but he was extremely interested in the arts. He studied at the Academic Music College in Moscow and he graduated in 1922. Then he continued studying with his teacher, Vassily Slivan. In 1925, he studied at the Moscow Conservatory, where he learned to compose with George Couture, then Nikolai Mayakovsky, and piano with Alexander Goldenheiser. By the time he was 26, he had already composed many pieces. Then, in 1931, Kabalevsky was married to Larisa Chukotayeva and had 2 kids, Maria and Yulia. In 1932, he was made senior lecturer at the Moscow Conservatory and by 1932 a professor. He also worked as a music critic for the All-Union Radio and as an editor for the Chevaleresque music and the publisher of the Music. In 1941, he received a Medal of Honor from the Soviet government for his musical skill. In 1948, when Andrei Gadanov, one of the leaders of the Soviet Union, declared that there should be changes in Soviet music, Kabalevsky's name was on the list of composers that wrote music the wrong way. But since Kabalevsky had ties with official circles, his name was removed. Kabalevsky had written many things: symphonies, operas, ballets, concertos, chamber works, songs, theater, and film scores. During the 1930s, he wrote music for films and sound. However, his biggest achievement was that he wrote many pieces for children. His goal was to connect music with children. One of the reasons for this was this. When he worked as a music teacher from 1925 to 1926, he was amazed by the lack of music pieces for children, so he decided to make his own. In general, Kabalevsky's music was not as adventurous as other composers, but he kept to the modern style. My piece. I think of my piece, lyric piece, as a walk in the forest, a magical forest. It is a calm and somewhat mystical piece. It appears as if everything is easy, but it is not. The notes are the easy parts. Then you must go through the dynamics and phrase. Now that is hard. It is as if this piece is built in a couple of stages. Each stage is relatively the same in notes, but completely different in style. I hope that you will enjoy it. Cion was born in 1967 in Boston, Massachusetts. She's a modern jazz composer. Even though she's not very well known, her pieces are incredibly fun to play. Cion studied at the New England Conservatory and graduated in 1998. She also worked with Maria Alexander, a Tunisian jazz pianist, and graduated in Switzerland. A couple of days ago, when I wanted to find a video of my piece to see how other people played it, I could not find it. So Irina texted the composer
asking for a recording. And as it turns out, this piece was written for a TV show called All My Children. It was written for one of the characters for a scene that included an alibi. So the piece is called Johnny's Alibi. What do you think of my piece? My piece is a story. It starts out uncertainly and gets more certain along the way and develops many twists and turns. This is a fun piece to play because of the song. It makes you feel more free. I hope that you will like it.
Ligeti was a Hungarian-Austrian composer of contemporary classical music. He was born in 1923 in Hungarian People's Republic, but was immigrating to Austria in 1956. He became professor of composition at the Universities of Music, where he worked until retiring. He died in Vienna in 2006. Ligeti is best known by the public throughout the use of his music in film soundtracks. But he also wrote many other music pieces for the multiple music instrument and the orchestra. The piece I will play is from Ligeti's work named Music Ricercata. It is a set of 11 pieces for piano. The name can be translated as research music. It was in Ligeti's search to construct his own compositional style. I will play the piece E Vivace Energica. For his music
for many movies, as well as 2 volumes of jazz piano etudes. Milan started to study music at the young age at a music school. After finishing the school, he went to a technical university and successfully graduated, but he never forgot about the music. After finishing the university, he started to play professionally at orchestras, where he also began to compose an orchestra. He also worked in a theater as an art leader. At present, he continues his works as a composer and pianist. I will play Etude 6 from the 2nd volume of Milan Dvorak Jazz Piano Etudes.
I will be playing a piece by Martha Meir called Opening Night Jazz. Martha Meir is a piano teacher and composer of piano pieces. She lives in Florida. She is known for composing her songbook Jazz, Rags and Blues. She's internationally recognized as a composer, teacher, and arranger. I love her jazz because it is melodic and lively.
Hello, the piece I'll be playing today is by the composer S.Prokofiev. He is well known for his pulsating rhythms and new modern techniques, which played with the strict rules by his musical composers Behrendt. And the piece I'm playing is from a collection of music made for children that he wrote in the 30s before the Second World War. And he wrote them with the hopes of broadening the musical, expanding music for children and being able to inspire them at an early age. And they have very vivid and are very playful and colorful and expand the imagination for what themes are.
I'm Melanie, and I'm going to be playing The Cat and the Mouse by Eric Copeland. Eric Copeland was born in 1990, the youngest of 3 children. Ralph, the oldest, played violin, and the middle child, Maureen, was a pianist. Their mother was also a pianist, so Aaron grew up in a very musical family. Maureen was Aaron's piano teacher until he was 13, when he sought professional instruction. Aaron wrote his first piece, The Cat and the Mouse, when he was only 11 years old, and published it when he was 21. The Cat and the Mouse has very simple technique and lots of patterns, but its dynamic range and speed is what makes it unique. There are some slow and quiet sections suggesting the tiptoeing of the mouse, and quite a few cat chases expressed in an excited and forward manner. Most of the piece is chaotic, making a dynamic contrast a key factor in its execution. It's been very fun to learn and perform this piece. I was very surprised when I looked at the music for the first time, because the patterns looked so simple. Yet, all of the performance I had heard were so impressive. I was also struck by the imagery in the title, which gave me a very clear idea of what was happening in each section. So I hope you enjoy.
guys ever been to a movie theater? You know, you walk in, sit down, and you watch a movie. But in the 1920s, movies were still silent. So you'd walk in, sit down, and no talking, no sound, no music. So in order to keep the audience occupied, there'd be a person in the back live accompanying the piano. Dmitry Shostakovich, a composer and pianist, did exactly that. He was so good at doing it that he could improvise melodies and motifs for each of the characters in the movies and play them according to the movie. Although I won't be accompanying a movie for you guys today, I will be playing a Shostakovich piece. Well, actually pieces, because I'm playing a prelude and then a fugue. Dmitry Shostakovich composed 24 preludes and fugues in all the keys. He did this as a tribute to Bach's Well-Tempered Clavier for his bicentennial death anniversary. Bicentennial is just 200 years. So the interesting thing about a prelude and a fugue is that they're supposed to be with their corresponding key. So my prelude is in A minor, but my fugue, Shostakovich's fugue, although it says it's in A minor, it has a floating tonality. It swims between different ones before coming to an end. The other interesting thing about a fugue is that it has a small motif that always gets repeated throughout the song, in different keys and in different hands. At one point it's in the right hand, then it's in the left hand, and then it's at both hands at the same exact time. And now I present to you Dmitry Shostakovich's Prelude and Fugue No. 2 in A minor.